Layoffs are crushing retail investors right now. We continue to see inflation probably higher than the government's reporting. Right? I feel like there's a tale of two cities right now. There's the tale that the government's spinning, which is there's still relatively low inflation. There are relatively low jobless claims and unemployment. Yet we continue to see more and more large companies laying off workers. We continue to hear from people it's really hard to get a job right now. So I want to go through that, how that's affecting retail investors like you and me, but then also what are institutions doing, because they're doing something completely different. And you have to be paying attention to the institutions because they're the ones that know where the puck is going. So let's get into this. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you can see future videos like this as soon as they come out. Also, if you do want to trade crypto, there are a bunch of special rewards and giveaways going underneath the video. There's a link to BTCC, a link to Hotcoin, Blofin, BTCC. BTCC has a 10% deposit bonus on first-time deposits and lower trading fees. WEEX has a giveaway going on right now where you can deposit 200 and get 100. CoinW has a private trading group. There are a lot of great sign-up bonuses with the links underneath the video. Blofin also has this trading competition as well that's going on where you can get some pretty sweet rewards. So check those out underneath the video. Just make sure you know what you're doing. I did add to a long position today because there's just juicy deals going on right now. I think part of that is due to market manipulation. Like we talked about in the last video, we can see exchanges sending crypto to Wintermute and then dumping the price, causing liquidations, and then getting their crypto back for cheaper. On the other hand, retail investors have been having a tough time recently, and we continue to see more and more layoffs. I've been watching some videos on YouTube about people getting laid off, and I feel like there's this big disconnect, right? There's the government reported numbers, and then there's what people are feeling, right? They're feeling tighter. The wallets are tightening, right? Everything's so expensive. I looked at eggs the other day and I think it was 24 eggs for $9. And these are not like special eggs or anything like that. Bread, I make 5 sandwiches, and I go through a $5 loaf of bread. It's just crazy. People are spending a lot of money, obviously, on expenses right now, and we continue to see more and more corporate layoffs. Another 1,000 workers laid off by Starbucks. I think it was just the other day that we heard that the government was cutting a bunch of positions at the IRS, right? And there's all this government efficiency. Companies are trying to stay lean in this higher interest rate environment, and it's just tough. It's tough out there. We continue to see more and more people get laid off, but like I said, it's kind of disconnected from what the government's saying. So how does this affect you, right? Well, like I said, there are institutions, large exchanges that are kind of dumping the price of cryptos, and people are having a hard time buying, right? Like right now, I don't know about you, but some of the crypto prices I'm seeing look really juicy. I mean, Solana sitting at $151. This is the same price it was when Trump won. I think it might even be lower. Let's look. Back on November 5, the price was actually 166. So we're lower. We're like, 10% lower than we were when Trump won the election? And you can see before that, we were even at 180. So we are lower on Solana than we have been in months. There are other cryptos like Sui that are high flyers that are down significantly here today, down to $3. Bitcoin still doing well relatively compared to the rest of the crypto market at 94,000, which is still significantly up from when Trump won. Right? It was around 70,000. Luckily, my portfolio is significantly heavy on Bitcoin, but a lot of altcoin investors are just getting wrecked these days, and they don't really have a lot of capital to invest in the market. But we continue to get more uncertainty as well. It's hard for people to understand where the puck's going. Right? You see like tariffs, war, inflation, all this stuff. And it's hard to tell, are we done with the bull run? Now, I've talked about this a lot. I don't think we are done with the bull run. I think we're just getting started. Marty Party explains this as well. People, we have had a Bitcoin rally since 2023 with no quantitative easing, no rate reductions, no liquidity injection, just on institutional entry into the ETFs. There have been no bull market moves yet. The altcoin rally and the bull market, quote, have not even started. Wait for the Fed. Don't fight the Fed. When the U.S. announces a halt in quantitative tightening and the beginning of stimulation and rate drops, this will be a bull run. Your job is to accumulate now while the FUD campaign is still in full force and sentiment is low on no free money and degenerate gambling. Your exit is at the end of quantitative easing, not here. Don't F this up. Since November 4, we've had a Trump pump, and it got sold off by exchanges selling their altcoins to pay for fines and bad debts and paper hand retail following them. We're back to November 4 pricing. That's how this works. March 19 is the next FOMC. We will set the tone and announcements then. So we can see actually a change in sentiment from investors, from actually analysts. They're expecting more rate cuts now. Last week, there's a 15% chance of 3 rate cuts this year. Now that's being priced up to 22%. There was a 31.7% chance of 2 rate cuts. Now it's 34%. And there's a lower chance of just 1 rate cut. So you can see the markets are pricing in more and more rate cuts over the following 9 months, 10 months. At the same time, we continue to get good news, right? SEC closes their investigation into Robinhood crypto without taking action. So that's Robinhood, OpenSea, Coinbase, maybe Ripple here soon. I mean, Ripple XRP is still sitting at 242. I think there are some people that are betting on this happening relatively soon. So some of this might already be priced in, right? I think that's obvious. But still, there could be really good news coming for XRP, for other companies as well that have been just attacked by the SEC. And this is just good in general for the market. Also, we know that Saylor recently met with the SEC. This is shown right here, February 21st. Michael Saylor meeting with the SEC, possibly to talk about strategic reserve. I'm not sure, but we'll have to continue to watch this. We continue to see institutions talking very favorably about Bitcoin. Institutions continue to add to Bitcoin ETF positions. Of course, the last couple of weeks, there's been some chop, right? It's not like we've gotten huge buy days from BlackRock every day. Sometimes they're selling, sometimes they're buying. Keep in mind, it's not them doing it, it's their clients. So there's some uncertainty maybe in the medium term or the short term. I'd say short term, but medium term, things are still looking really bullish. We still have quantitative easing coming, which is typically when Bitcoin does extremely well. There are other nations that are doing this, but not the biggest economic superpower in the world yet. So when that happens, when we start to see rates lower, quantitative easing start, more money printing, that is when the markets go crazy. That is when people get pulled back in, retail gets pulled back in. And I can see a lot of retail investors have left, honestly, over the last month. You can just look at the views on these videos. Right? Around November and December, so many people were watching these videos. I mean, I was getting 50,000 views a video, 40,000, something like that. Now, 10 to 20, which is fine by me because that shows that we are in an interesting part of the market where a lot of tourists have left. That typically means we're near bottom. Of course, I could always be wrong. If we go into another bear market, all bets are off. But I don't think we're there yet. I don't think really anything indicates that we are. Let me know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Again, if you do want to trade crypto, there are links underneath the video. If you want to check out the Patreon, this will get very full very fast when the bull market returns, when the bull market starts, right? When there are new people coming in. But if you want exclusive videos, if you want to ask us questions, check out the link to the Patreon. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Again, you can check out the links underneath the video to the different exchanges. If you want to see the position that I opened today, actually, I talked about on the Patreon, or the position that I added to. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next one.